Alright guys, so as I'm sure you know, I'm always purchasing and I'm always acquiring new fragrances. And of course, I always put fragrances on my to-wear list, and I have just so many bottles in my collection. Sometimes I really need to sit down and strategize, what am I going to wear next? What am I going to wear in the upcoming days or weeks? Well, these are 10 recent acquisitions that I absolutely cannot wait to wear more of in the coming weeks and months. I'm excited to share this list with you very soon, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I tell you about these 10 recent acquisitions that I'm really excited to start wearing, I'll tell you all about them, why I'm so excited to wear them, how they smell, longevity, all that good stuff. I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you could be notified whenever I do upload future videos to the channel. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, or if you took something of value from today's episode. It would really mean a lot to me. So, of course, these are 10 fragrances, both designer and niche, that I'm really excited to wear. I acquired them all within the past month or so, month or two, I would say, and I'm really excited to wear these fragrances. The first one I want to talk about is by Gallagher Fragrances, and this one is called Oh Hello. Now, I did a video on this and I did spend some time wearing it, but this one has a lot of basil, violet, and citrus. And for that simple fact, it's a very fresh, hotter weather type of a fragrance, and whenever we have like a really chilly day or a rainy day or something like that, I usually put my citrus fragrances on the back burner and I tell myself, I'll wait until it gets a little bit warmer out. But this is one that I cannot wait to wear, especially because it has that really nice aromatic quality, and I think the basil in here is done so exceptionally well. Now, the next one that I'm really excited to wear is by Carolina Herrera, and this one is called CH for Men Passion. Now, this is a brand new release. I didn't even get around to reviewing it yet, but I have had it in my collection for like 3 weeks now. The iris that's in here, the iris combined with those sweet ingredients, I don't know if it's vanilla or tonka bean or some kind of a sugary ingredient, but this one is also done really well. The iris is really smooth and creamy, and it adds that perfect level of uniqueness that you're not going to get from too many fragrances. So I really admire this one. I think it's one of the best releases of 2023, and for that simple fact, I know I'm going to be keeping this one very high up in my rotation. I think it's going to be an amazing fragrance for the months to come. Of course, speaking of designer fragrances that are leaning a little bit on the sweet side, we also have 1 Million Royal by Paco Rabanne. Of course, with 1 Million Royal, it also goes in a sweet direction. There are some really interesting ingredients in the note breakdown for this one. I would encourage you to check this one out. I did purchase this one overseas as well, and I've done a full-blown review, so I'll spare you all the nitty-gritty details. If you want, you could follow this card up here if you're interested in checking it out. But 1 Million Royal, if you know 1 Million, you know that this is a series within the Paco Rabanne lineup that tends to go in a sweeter direction. The original has always been described as being very bubblegum-like, and I do want to give this one enough time because I feel like with all of its predecessors, whether we're talking about 1 Million Privé, 1 Million Lucky, so on and so forth, I actually did spend a considerable amount of time wearing them just so I can understand them better and I can get to know them a little bit more intimately. And this is one where I got to know it well enough for a review, but now I actually do want to enjoy it without that sort of impending nature of, I have to review it, so I have to study it and be analytical, and I can just enjoy it for leisure, is basically what I'm trying to say. Of course, with the summer months, I'm also really looking forward to wearing more of the brand new light blue flanker, and this one is simply called Summer Vibes. Light blue Summer Vibes by Dolce Gabbana smells very similar to the original light blue, or even the intense version. And truth be told, I've actually been wearing this one to work a lot, and I bring the bottle with me to work and I apply again right around lunchtime, and it's just very fresh and citrusy and aquatic, and it hits all the right notes for the summertime. Of course, another citrus-based fragrance by Spirit of Kings is called Arrakis. Now, this is basically a twist of Bulgari Tiger. So if you know what Bulgari Tiger smells like, the grapefruit, the ambroxan, the woodsy notes, it's literally the same note breakdown, but it's a lot more inexpensive. I think Bulgari Tiger is close to $300. I think this one is like $190, and you're still getting a pretty large size, and comparison to it, I would say, is pretty accurate as well. So this is a really good inspiration or twist, I would say, of the Bulgari fragrance. If you're a fan of grapefruit, that tart citrus, you can't go wrong. If you're looking for a salty citrus and something a little bit more on the aquatic side, we also have Blue Moon Ginger Dash by Kilian Paris. Of course, I picked this one up was it a couple of months ago or something like that, I did a video at the Kilian boutique with Steve Assus, who is a representative from Kilian Paris, and you know, he does US education. He's an amazing individual, and this one, I just think it's so fresh and salty and citrusy and, you know, sort of rejuvenating. Some people have compared it to Bulgari Aqua or Aqua Amara, Aqua Atlantique, one of these flankers, and I can kind of see where they're coming from because it does have that fresh oceanic vibe to it. Of course, a new purchase of mine has also been Sadonazo by Nasomato. Now the thing with this one, it's a little fruity, it's honey, it is kind of sweet and rich, and it does have some lactonic, musky notes in the dry down. So this one is perhaps a little bit more so on the heavier side of things. So this isn't necessarily the type of fragrance that I would wear every single day, but if there is a chilly evening or a chilly night, I can definitely see myself wearing this one. I think it's great for when the temperatures drop a little bit, when it isn't super hot or super humid. I can see how this might end up being quite cloying for some folks. Of course, we also have this one, Hard Candy Elixir by Aaron Terrence Hughes. He also came out with Supernova. It actually happens to be my scent of the day today. I wore it to work. Supernova is an amazing fragrance, very bright, citrusy, kind of has like a Creed Aventus personality to it. But this one, Hard Candy Elixir, is more in the wheelhouse of like an Ultramall by Jean Paul Gaultier, but really musky, ambergris, synthetic Tonkin musk. It's really dense, rich, and sensual, and I'll probably make it my scent of the day for work tomorrow. It's an amazing fragrance, super long lasting, so you have to be really safe with the trigger. And speaking of fragrances that are a little bit on the sweeter side of things, we also have Yum Pistachio Gelato 33 by Kayali. I purchased this one from Sephora, and this one is a beautiful vanilla, sort of a whipped cream pistachio fragrance. The full notes are pistachio gelato, hazelnut, sweet rum, whipped cream, marshmallow, and cotton candy. And this one was super hyped, and I purchased it, and I really do love it. I think it's such a special fragrance. Couldn't recommend it enough. And of course, I'm really looking forward to wearing the new Elysium Intense by Roja Parfum. This fragrance, it's juicy, it's aromatic, you have the lavender, you have the thyme, the green notes, the vetiver, the galbanum, the benzoin, you have the black currant, that cassis-like fruity personality about it, you have the rhubarb in the opening, which is so juicy, the clean florals, the jasmine, the tuberose, the lily of the valley, the green apple that's in here. It is such a beautifully done fragrance, so different from the original Elysium Parfum Cologne, and of course it was available in a couple different concentrations, but specifically I'm talking about the Parfum Cologne. It's so different, and this one is juicier, it's richer, it's denser, but it's also perfect for the hotter weather. Between this one and Isola Blue, I'm set for the hotter weather when it comes to Roja Parfum fragrances. But here are 10 recent acquisitions that I'm so excited to wear in the months to come. And you know, I'm not saying that these are all great summer fragrances. Hard Candy Elixir is fall and winter in my opinion. Sadonazo is fall and winter in my opinion. Even the new Carolina Herrera is fall and winter as well. And most of these will get you in the vein of 7 hours. Aaron Terrence Hughes, we're talking about 10 hours. Gallagher Fragrances, 8 hours. Light Blue, we're talking about 6 hours. This one, Arakis, is very good. This one is also going to give you in the range of like 8 to 9 hours. So these are going to give you really decent longevity. Probably the worst performer in this entire list is the Light Blue. But with that aside, wonderful fragrances. I'm really looking forward to wearing all of them in the months to come. Let me know which new acquisitions of yours do you look forward to wearing the most. Drop your comments down below. I'm always excited to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you took something of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon so you can be notified whenever I do upload these daily videos. And of course, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.